Hey guys, I'm going to a quick wrap up about what I've been posting in the Patreon community. So this is our network that is eligible for the $10 tiers. If you go to patreon.com/dongxi, and you can support our channel by becoming a member, and then you will get a link with access to this community. And I've just posted here a WeChat post that is quite bullish actually by one of the general manager of NIO in Shanghai. But before I go into that, maybe a little bit of a context. The broader picture here is actually that China is of course opening up from the lockdowns. So well, let me just check quickly. If we go to Shanghai COVID cases, well, we have now really a long time with the cases being under 100 new cases per day. So these are the symptomatic cases. It's more than 10 days streak already. And well, you can see people finally going out and coming out of their homes. Of course, this is not in every district, unfortunately, and this doesn't mean that everything is up and open for business, but it's a gradual process that has just started, and people are coming out and starting to enjoy life. Also in Beijing, some of the larger districts, and most importantly, the Zhaoyang district, I think, has is now open for business again, and lifts the work from home orders, and the sports venues and capacity venues are back to 50%. So you get the point. China is slowly opening up again, and with that, what they are doing is, and I've noticed that before, basically I said that before, that this is going to happen. They started to have new policies in place for economic support. So even Bloomberg is now posting this here. But there is a better thread which I just retweeted here, which is the entire 50-item plan that Shanghai just published about how they're going to stimulate this opening economy. Of course, it doesn't make much sense to stimulate an economy that is not open, but here, now that it is opening, they introduce several measures to basically helping the economy getting up and going. And as I am invested in Tesla and in NIO, this is the most important one here. So basically, if you're now switching from an internal combustion engine car and get a so-called next energy vehicle, you will get a subsidy of 10,000 yuan, and that's valid till the end of this year. That's of course on top onto all of the already existing subsidies that Shanghai or China in general is offering. Also, the good news now that Giga Shanghai is back to what seems to be normal production, including actually also the suppliers. And so, yeah, it seems like this is really quite good, and going forward, it's looking good. And this one, now back to this message here by the GM of NIO in Shanghai on WeChat. He says, point number 1, stores have resumed work. You can now come for a test drive. So that's quite nice to gather or get new customers. Second, Shanghai government introduces this 10K subsidy, which I've just mentioned, and NIO is extending that and giving an additional 15K subsidy here. And in the case of NIO, this subsidy by Shanghai will be added by a 15,000 yuan NIO pilot package, which they will add on top here. And then last but not least, and I think you will be delighted to hear that he is saying that the orders in March and May, I'm not sure if he's saying from March to May or March and May, have been actually the highest, so record orders that they have gotten, and he's confident that they will actually perform quite well and have a very good recovery after all of the lockdowns and the regulations have been lifted. So all in all, this seems to be very positive, although of course the deliveries that will be announced, I think, on Wednesday are possibly not going to be nice and good. They will still be low because they couldn't deliver any cars in Shanghai, and possibly still been supply constrained from the suppliers, and also producing at the Hefei plant, which has been shut down for some parts. So don't expect too much, but going forward, it seems here also from the GM in Shanghai that he is quite optimistic about the prospects there. So that sounds good, and let's just hope that all of these subsidies, which are now going and flushing into the economy in a hopefully open economy, are helping also to alleviate the pain and get out and get the economy up and going. There are also some coupons that have been announced going through the e-commerce platforms, so that is direct demand stimulus there, and not as usual the infrastructure subsidies, which take a long time until they trickle down through the economy. But instead, if people get coupons on their phones and it's going through Alibaba, through Tencent, through Meituan and so on, then this will be immediately felt in the economy. And so this is quite positive and bullish here in general for those bigger platforms of the internet sector in China. Alright, that's it for now. See you in another one, and thanks for watching.